Hi everyone, my name is Eugenie Jia Xuan from UCSI University. Today, I'm going to talk about my research, which is green building implementation among construction players in Malaysia. At present, global issues have poses enormous difficulties to the sustainable development of human society. Hence, many organizations, governments, and people all over the world have been implementing strategy to make the Earth a green living environment, as environmental, economic, and social are the three pillars of sustainable development. Green building is the key strategy to enhance the sustainability of the construction industry. This is due to the fact that buildings generate the most waste, consume the majority of non-renewable resources, and are a major source of air and water pollution. For building, the construction stage accounts for 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions, while the operation stage accounts for another 28%. The implementation of green building in the Malaysian construction industry is still scarce. Although stakeholders are interested in green building concept, they may not be aware of the characteristic of green buildings. Even though the implementation of green building brings many benefits, construction players also face multiple barriers when incorporating green building technology into their construction projects. As such, the significance of this study is to boost knowledge on green building implementation among construction players in Malaysia, to raise awareness of the benefits and barriers of green building implementation, and reflect them in the construction industry for promoting green building implementation. The research design flowchart consists of several stages. First and foremost, the research methodology will be established. The quantitative method is the research methodology proposed in this study. The following step is to proceed with the literature review. For this study, the output of the literature review will include the characteristic of green building, as well as the benefits and barriers of green building implementation. After that, the questionnaire survey will be designed. In this study, the questionnaire will be formulated based on the output of the literature review, which is used as input to formulate the questions in the questionnaire. Next, pilot study will be conducted. The data collected from the pilot study will then be analyzed by SPSS software. Then, the final version of the questionnaire survey will be distributed to the targeted respondent. According to Cressy and Morgan, a population size of 3,000 requires a sample size of 341 respondents to make the research valid, followed by the next procedure, which is data collection and analysis. Primary data will collect through questionnaire survey, while secondary data will collect through literature review. As with the pilot study, the data collected will also be analyzed by using SPSS software. Lastly, a discussion on the finding will be included, but a conclusion and recommendation for the study will also be established. As green building are closely related to the sustainable development of the construction industry, the findings of this study will provide a basis for boosting knowledge on green building implementation among construction players in Malaysia. The characteristic of green building as well as the benefits and barriers of green building implementation identified in this study should be well understood by the construction players. In order to adapt this new trend, it is expected to gather the real opinions and comments from the construction players to improve their knowledge and awareness. The finding can also act as a benchmark to better formulate appropriate strategy, thereby effectively promoting the implementation of green building in the construction industry. With the increasing green building implementation, environmental impact can be minimized, economic growth can be facilitated, and social well-being can be enhanced. This will eventually lead to the sustainable development of the construction industry. In conclusion, green building is a structure that is designed, constructed, and operated in a resources-efficient manner, as well as provide health and comfort for building occupants. It is environmentally friendly throughout the building life cycle, thereby promoting sustainable development. Since the green building outperforms conventional non-green building in all aspects of performance, identifying characteristics of green building, as well as benefits and barriers of green building implementation is critical. In order to promote the implementation of green building in the construction industry, it is also important to identify the appropriate strategy that can be adopted to help construction firms overcome the barriers and adapt to the new trends. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.